What up, Stackers? Big Stack McGee here. How are you doing today? It is Sunday, March 21st, and I thought it'd be a good time to do a silver kilo bar comparison. I have 8 different specimens here to show you, and at the end we'll actually weigh them all on this scale. Now, this is not a great scale because it's an old food scale, but just to see in comparison, I'm curious myself to see that they all check out. They should all weigh the same, so we'll find out. Yeah, so kilo silver bars can come in all different shapes and sizes, but I'll show these to you kind of in the order that I've received them, if I remember correctly. So first things first, this is a nice one, Johnson Matthey. Nice textured. And of course, all of these kilos just feel so amazing in the hand. They're nice and hefty. You know, I love the little dimple there in the middle. And just to give you an idea, what a great sound. All right. Here's another Johnson Matthey one. And that nice texture on the back. Stamped 1 kilo, all on the back as well. I don't know that I ever noticed that. It's kind of cool. Did the other one have that? No. That's interesting. You can see that on there or not. Very cool. All right. Then, what's next? Probably this one. Monarch Precious Metals. It's been a long time since I've bought anything from them. Really like this company. Their stock was always a little bit questionable as to how much they actually had in stock. In this particular kilo is something I had wanted for a long time. I think it's been a long time since they've made kilos that look like this. But I loved because they would frequently get in other bars and that they didn't make or pour themselves. And I was able to get one of those bars from them at a very great price. This is a nice old Argor y Chiasso, is that right? Argor Chiasso. Kind of a loaf style bar. Nice and shiny. And by the way, this whole circle right here, it's interesting, but they all have them. I've looked them all up online at every single one, and I don't know why that's there. It's just like it's cut out of the process or something. I don't know. I don't know how they make these, but I also don't know exactly when they're from, but this has been around for a few years. All right. Probably this one next. Republic Metals Corporation, RC, Republic Metals, RMC. Not as textured on the back as, like, say, the Johnson Matthey, but a nice feel. Again, love that sound. All right, here's a different one. This is Silvertown. Real chunky, a lot narrower, and it's also got that frosted finish to it. And a little bit of a stain or tarnish or something there in the middle. These can be picked up quite reasonably on Scottsdale's website. At least, Silvertown's website is where I picked it up directly several years ago. But it was always very competitive for the cheapest kilo bars around. So I am not sure if that's still the case, but that remains to be seen, I guess. Next, Valcambi Swiss. And this did come with like a certificate of authenticity, like as most Valcambi Swiss products do. So I just keep that in a little baggie with it. I usually keep this in a little plastic bag and where I store it. Nice. All right, and that brings me to my most recent pickup from last week, Scottsdale, the Reserve Bar. And another fine example. Love these things. This one's just a very nice piece. Scottsdale does make their kilo stacker bars as well. I've Would love to have one of those. Actually, you know what? It's like the Pringles slogan. You can't eat just one. You know, why have a stacker bar if you don't have a second one you can stack on it? So if I buy some Scottsdale kilo stackers, I will likely have to buy more than one so I can at least stack them because it's got that ridge so they kind of interconnect. I think that's kind of cool. I do have some 10-ounce stacker bars from Scottsdale. But all right. So there you go. I think that's all of them that I showed you here. And now let's go ahead and throw them here on the scale and see what it comes up to. All right, so we'll start with my Johnson Matthey. Okay, you can get a sense for where that's showing up on here. It's approximately 2 pounds, 2 ounces. We'll just kind of use that as a reference, I guess. I have not done the conversion from troy ounces to pounds, but let's see where this one shows up at. Okay, it's about the same. How about this other Johnson Matthey? Okay, seems exactly the same. And how about the RMC Republic Metals? Okay, looking good. The Scottsdale. 2 pounds, 2 ounces, or at least from the angle that I'm looking at it. Okay, the Valcambi Swiss. Excellent. The Silvertown. That makes me feel really good. And finally, the Monarch Precious Metals. Oh, there you go. That's fantastic. And I realize this is not a digital scale. The precious metal scale that I have, it does not go up to this high. But that is at least makes me feel good that you were sitting pretty as far as they're all the same as far as that goes. So yeah, here's the thing. I love silver bars. I have more than 1,000 ounces of silver bars now, and of course this represents a little bit more than 200 and so ounces. I just feel like it might be the perfect size of silver bar. I like my smaller bars too, with 5 ounces and 10 ounces, but the kilos are relatively inexpensive. I hate to say that because right now kilo bars are right around $900 or $1,000 or something like that. That's not very cheap. It's hard to just buy that quantity sometimes. But at the same time, they just are so fantastic to hold in the hand. It's just such a chunk of wealth. It's got such a heft to it. And for those of you that do not have a kilo silver bar, all you have to do is take any roll of silver, 20 ounces, add another 12 and a half ounces to that, and put that all in your hand, and it gives you a sense of like what one of these feels like. And because it's all solid, it's not just a bunch of coins in your hand. It's just there's just a ruggedness to these things, and I just love them. But silver bars are just some of my favorite things to stack, and I think that'll probably be the last thing to go if I ever have to sell. The deal with these is that you get to handle them. Okay, there's sometimes, especially the older ones, have a lot of character to them, and it's just one of those things that it's like fun to take out and actually handle. All right, so there you go. There is 8 kilo silver bars for you to consider, and hope you enjoyed this little tour around. I'll probably come back in a few weeks and maybe do a same kind of thing with my 20 and 25, anything that's between 20 ounces and kilos. I have several examples of that as well. So, hope you enjoyed. This is Big Stack McGee. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.